Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of CCW Insider. I'm your CCW correspondent, Tyler Cashmere, here joined, like always, with the always lovely Lisi Almeida, one of the best ring announcers going in the game today. And we are back, Lisi. Insider's back live. And, man, we got one heck of a show to cover tonight.
It's always good to be here. It's the Wednesday before Bash. This is the best way to kick off the month, best way to kick off the holiday season. Very happy to be here. And we have an action-packed month, especially this weekend ahead of us.
Yeah, there's so many shows to run down this month. You know, we're ending 2024 on a bang, heading into 2025. Only going to keep growing, but man, 2024, like I said, we're ending it off pretty damn good. What a bash we got coming up. And, last week we're just coming off the heels off of our Nashville show. That one tore the house down. So much action going on in CCW. I feel like we're all across Florida. We're in Nashville every weekend. We're somewhere doing something. And now we are here at the beginning of the month. And it means only one thing, and that is time for Bash at the Brew 47 at the Tank Brewing Company. And what a home the Tank Brewing Company has been. They have opened us with welcoming arms. And it's just been such a great experience so far at the Tank. It's a beautiful venue. And we just keep tearing the house down every time we're there. And this card, I think this might be our best so far at the Tank.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you can't go wrong. I don't want to spoil things, but King of the Territory, every December, everyone looks forward to it. What a way to end the year.
Look at Ezra saying, "'Tis the damn season."
Hey.
It is the season, Ezra. Love the energy. Michael in the chat, first time in this chat. Well, welcome, Michael.
Welcome.
We love having audience members talking in the chat. We love hearing your guys' takes. And like Lisi said, it is King of the Territory season, and we're going to be talking about that towards the end of Insider here. But we got to break down this Bash at the Brew 47 card. Let's get things going off crazy, Lisi, because let's open up things with the South American Alliance versus Mosh in six-man tag team action. This one has been brewing the past couple months. We've seen Skits have control of Agony, and now Skits getting involved in Ozzy Killmeister's matches when it looks like Ozzy doesn't want any involvement at all. And we saw this spill over at last Bash when Ozzy took on Alan S2S Martinez, and it was Agony that got involved and pretty much inadvertently, for Ozzy's perception, handed Ozzy the victory because Skits distract the referee. Agony hits this devastating chokeslam right onto Skits. Ozzy turns over, hits this chokeslam on S2S, turns over, pins S2S. Ozzy wins, but he didn't get the job done the way he wanted to. South American Alliance hit the ring. They have been brawling every single show now. I feel like the tension has been brewing between these two factions. And now who's going to come out victorious at Bash 47, Lisi? Is it going to be Monster Mosh or is it going to be the South American Alliance?
Well, I think the real question here is, obviously, we know what the South American Alliance can do. We can sing their praises all day. But this newly formed, threesome of the monster, threesome of Monster Mosh, can they coexist, right? We know Ozzy, we know Skits, we know Agony, but we know him in a very different context. So I think that that's really going to be that wild card, making sure that they can work together as a team and they can gel together. Like you said, Ozzy got that win, but wasn't comfortable with it. I mean, he likes to do things the right way. He likes to win on his own, and he doesn't like folks interfering in his match. So hopefully that's all to the side now. They can all be on the same page and, take on a very, very formidable team in the South American Alliance.
Yeah, we said it once and we're going to say it again. If you go up against a team like the South American Alliance, if your team is not on the same page, then good luck to you, because South American Alliance, since day one here in the last territory, they have been such a foundation of a team. When they are all together, the South American Alliance, they're almost unstoppable. But now you got Agony in the mix. If Agony, Ozzy, and Skits all get along, all are on the same page, I think Monster Mosh gets the victory over here against South American Alliance. I just think they're too crazy, too much for the South American Alliance to handle if they're on the same page. But gotta think South American Alliance has that speed advantage with Levy and with S2S. It's going to be an unbelievable matchup. And maybe we could see if South American Alliance gets the victory here, depending who gets that pin, this could have Cruiserweight Championship implications in the future as well, Lisa.
Tag team championship implications. I mean, really, the sky's the limit. But like we said, you're going up against South American Alliance. They don't have to get ready. They stay ready. So this is going to be a tough one.
Yeah, one thing I can say for sure, it's going to be an all-out war. All 6 of these guys do not like each other, and they're going to go into that ring and just have a damn battle. And speaking of battles, let's talk about this, because we got Ruthie J defending the women's championship against Riho. Now, Lisi, you were telling me beforehand, Riho was this women's competitor you had on this dream list of people to enter the last territory. So why don't you break down this match for us? Tell us a little bit more about her.
Wow. Just put me out there. Yeah, I definitely I keep track of things. Everyone knows, I'm big into, the international wrestling scene, especially, the UK, England. It's really a really big hotbed of wrestling, right? And it really kind of always has been, right? You see the talent that goes to, the WWEs and the AEWs. So a lot of great talent coming out of the UK right now. And I can't not say, I mean, she's at the top, Rio, right? So definitely on that list of if this person could come to CCW, I would be stoked. So I'm very happy to see her coming. I'm very happy to be able to even just ring announce this match this Saturday. But back to the actual match. She's longest reigning ICW champion in history. That's number one. Huge. But also Progress Women's Champion. Not sure if you guys are anyone who's not super familiar with the international wrestling scene. Very prestigious company. And she takes on all comers. So I am really excited to see her versus our CCW Women's Champ, Ruthie J. And I think that it's going to be such an interesting match of styles, but also this is going to be the test for Ruthie. You don't hear me say this often on here, but I really think that Rio is somebody that can take Ruthie to the limit.
And like you said, the different styles with Ruthie J having that, that cockiness to her, that swagger to her, whatever you want to call it. She's a 5-star athlete, and she goes out there and proves it every time. She carries that CCW Women's Championship with so much prestige to her. And whether it's hook or crook, sometimes she finds a way to get that championship away. But let me tell you something, don't take anything away from Ruthie J, because she could get that job done inside that squared circle. But then you got Riho on the other corner. It's like that cold-blooded killer. I mean, she just goes out there and she brutalizes her opponents. She's won championships all across the UK. Now she's here in the last territory, and we got the 5-star athlete versus Riho. It is just going to be an amazing match. Already, our first 2 matches we already covered are just mind-blowing to begin with. We're going to tear the roof down.
I'm gonna say this conservatively. I know we have the King of the Territory match, but this could be women's match of the year.
It's going to be match of the year.
Oh,
could be match of the year.
Yeah, you said it. You said it.
And let's keep on going down this card, because we got some crazy matches coming up. How about this? How about Domino defending his Southeastern Championship for the first time in singles action against Bud Heavy? Now, I believe this is Bud Heavy's debut. I'm pretty sure this is his debut here in the last territory. I know we've seen his tag team partner, The Cheese, in CCW. But Bud Heavy is here, and let me tell you, it's in his name. Bud Heavy is a heavyweight, and he's going to be looking to knock Domino's lights out. But if we know one thing about our Southeastern champion, he knows how to take a punch. So who do you got going? Is Bud Heavy going to pull off what I would think the upset in front of the Miami crowd? Domino's people, the domination. If he can get that victory, I think we're going to see a lot of boos. I think Bud Heavy's going to get booed out of the building if he walks away with that Southeastern Championship. Can Bud Heavy do it, or will the leader of the domination prevail?
I think he'll get booed out of Miami, honestly.
Yeah.
Forget the building. Looking at a competitor like Bud Heavy, big, strong, hefty guy. Obviously, much more experienced than Domino. We all know, Domino's story. We all know, just how quickly he's risen in CCW. So this is definitely going to be a very tough match for Domino. It's really one of those things where, like you said, early title defense, you really want to go out there and put on a really, really, really good showing and draw that line and say, this is the worker's belt in this company. And Domino has to do that this weekend.
Yeah, he has to continue this reign, to continue this path for this Southeastern Championship that he wants to draw. Like, the Southeastern Championship is Miami's championship. It is my hometown's championship. Absolutely. This is his, his title reign that he wants to carry out. He wants to be at top of the best. And to do that, you're going to have to defeat different competitors that you're not used to. Different guys coming in, guys that are more experienced than you, more heavier, more have the size advantage than you, can have that punching power in Bud Heavy. Wait, if you're Domino, this is what you got to do. These are the challenges you have to overcome. And at Bash of the Brew 47, he will be tested once again. But let's talk about, this is such a great card because we've had, we've had this 6-man tag match that's been boiling over, two of the most popular tag teams here. We have, the dream match in Ruthie J and Riho, the international UK girl coming over here to fight the Florida girl that's been holding it down. And, then we got Bud Heavy coming in, taking on Domino. Now let's look at this, because now we have Parker Lee taking on Stallion Rogers, two guys that I feel like that are elevated, right? They've been everywhere. They've been everywhere else, it almost seems like. But they have started to make their homes here in the last territory. Stallion Rogers more than Parker Lee. Parker Lee coming back. But Parker Lee's been getting appearances under his belt here in the last territory. And we've been talking a lot that, hey, Stallion Rogers, watch out for him. Could be coming after Meadow for that CCW Heavyweight Championship. But who could derail that all in the young, up-and-coming Parker Lee? I mean, both these guys just can do any style. Hard-hitting. They can throw in that high-flying. They have those power moves under their arsenal. They can pull out anything, Lisi. I think this match is another one of those that is match of the year contender looking at this card. I'm telling you, we're ending December. People are trying to steal awards from the Coasties here.
We'll get to the Coasties later. Definitely seeing a different Parker Lee, as you said, Tyler. He spent a little bit of time away from the last territory. We've been seeing more of him lately, the last couple months. And just really seeing a much more well-rounded Parker Lee. I will definitely say that. And then speaking of well-rounded, we have Stallion Rogers. We know him. We know what he can do. And I think that, just that eye contact between him and Meadow was scary. So yeah. I think he's on a warpath right now. He has his eyes on one person, and I think that he's just looking to get through Parker Lee, and he knows he wants Meadow.
And the biggest test, I feel like, for Parker Lee in this one, we know he's an amazing athlete. We know in the squared circle, he can pull out some amazing wins, very crafty in there. But can he take one of these strikes from Stallion? Is his chin up to it? Because I don't know if his chin has ever been tested when he's in there with someone like Stallion Rogers. Because I'm telling you, if Parker Lee is not careful, Stallion Rogers is going to put his lights out and get that 1, 2, 3, but it's just going to be an amazing back and forth match. I think one that I know I have circled down and am excited for. But how can you not be excited? Because we can't have a Bash at the Brew without our CCW heavyweight champion Meadow defending his championship against ERA. And look at that graphic. He's going to be in his corner. Ricky Martinez in the corner of ERA. Now, this one is interesting because at last Rumble in the Jungle, it was Meadow versus Ricky Martinez. And Ricky came out there, and I'll tell you, Lisi, I thought it was a different Ricky Martinez. He came out there, he seemed calm, cool, collected, wasn't concerned about the crowd, threw up the 305. You're like, whoa, is this like some of the shades of younger Ricky Martinez, more humble Ricky Martinez, taking his matches more serious? And he's going there back and forth with Meadow. Me and Dan are going crazy, thinking we're going to see a new heavyweight champion. Meadow spears Ricky Martinez. We're like, oh my goodness, Ricky rolls out. And we're like, this is an amazing match. And Ricky Martinez goes to his old playbook, pulls out the steel chair when he thinks he's in danger, and brains Meadow, gets himself disqualified, and then proceeds to assault Meadow, specifically assaulting Meadow's shoulder after the match, injuring Meadow's shoulder. And Meadow has been dealing with that shoulder injury this whole time now. And it really begs the question, is Meadow 100% going into this match? Because from the looks of things, it does not look like he is at all. And now he's going up against someone like ERA, a in-ring veteran, and he's going to have Ricky out there. And Ricky and him are just talking about this game plan. Can't wait to get their hands on Meadow. I mean, it's looking like ERA's match right now.
When I saw the match announced, I said this is like a handicap match, really, because you have Ricky on the outside, just, fuming from Rumble in the Jungle, like you said a couple weeks ago. And then you have ERA really hungry to prove himself, really hungry for more gold. And who isn't? Who wouldn't be at this point? But I think, to your point, an injured Meadow, Meadow at 50%, I still think that it could be light work for him if things are in his favor with the numbers game.
Yeah, I mean, Meadow, it seems like if it's anyone else that has a banged up shoulder going in 50%, you got to lean towards their opponent. But this is Meadow. This is our heavyweight champion. Doesn't matter about the game plans. Doesn't matter about injuries or picking at your opponent's shoulder. Meadow just sometimes just has that flip switch. And, man, he just goes into this different element. And he just taps into something really primal, and he just pushes through the pain, and he will spear, he will powerbomb, he'll do whatever it takes to walk out heavyweight champion. But I'm going to go on a bold prediction here. I think that ERA is just has that little bit of experience edge. He has Ricky out there who has done the damage, and I think that ERA gets the job done and becomes new CCW World Heavyweight Champion, defeating Meadow with that banged up shoulder.
Absolutely. I love the comments in the chat.
Nelio Costa saying that he missed Lisi. And I'm not going to repeat this one, but we're going to step it up. That is for sure. We are going to step it up.
Oh man, absolutely. I think Meadow's gonna pull through. It's ERA, you're a great competitor. Can't take anything away from you, but it's not your time yet. Moment while Tyler rejoins us. Looks like he's there. Here he is.
There we go. I had some interruption from the Raw Dogs. They were causing a commotion. But you look at this card that we just ran through, and it's just an amazing card. It can literally be like, this could be one of the best cards that we've had. And then you just look and you go, well, this is not it, because we are missing a very key component here in what could be the biggest bash at the brew with this amazing card. And then you drop the king of the territory. That is right. It is December Bash of the Brew. Is Bash of the Brew 47. So it's the third annual king of the territory. The 30-man over the top rope gauntlet match is back. And I mean, Lisa, just go ahead and talk about, I know it is one of my favorite matches of the year here in the last territory. Talk about it. I don't know if it's your favorite, but it sure is mine. And just like the different moments that it's given us have just been amazing.
This match is it's just crazy. It's chaos. It's fun. I love a battle royal type of match. I mean, I think that those are really just like the funnest matches to watch. There's so much action going on at the same time. If you look away for a second, you might miss something. But yeah, this is the type of match that can make or break your career, and it's definitely set the tone for 20. Territory for 2024. you are going to be going after Meadow. You're going to be going after the belt in 2025.
It really is going to set that tone, and we have so many different competitors that have put their name in the hat, and so many different guys you can pick because it's some guys will be pulling double duty. You'll see guys like Domino in here after their match. You'll see guys like Stallion Rogers. So many different guys to pick from, but right now let's just jump into some of the highlights that the King of the Territory has brought to us throughout the years.
Wow.
If that doesn't get you hyped up, I don't know what will. Not
I'm ready right now.
I mean, not only are our best here in CCW in the King of the Territory, but we've had so many surprises in there. You've seen Fuego del Sol. You've seen the winner of 2023's King of the Territory, QT Marshall. 2022's winner was ERA, who will be going after that CCW Heavyweight Championship in the same night. I mean, there's just so many different possibilities, and the winner of this match, of course, gets the shot at that CCW Heavyweight Championship and just completely elevates their career, takes it to the next level. And someone who's very confident is Elliot Crow saying, me, duh.
Oh, okay.
Elliot Crow saying the most hated with the most stash is going to be the King of the Territory. Anyone's got a shot at it. It starts off with the first two competitors. Then every 60 seconds, a new competitor enters the ring until all 30 have entered the ring. And then we get down to the last two. And after that, there can only be one King of the Territory. The only way to eliminate an opponent is by throwing them over the top rope, and both feet must hit the floor. Look, Tiffany saying, I'm entering and winning it all. Just kidding. Who knows? Even Tiffany might get called out there and might become the King of the Territory.
And Tyler, the thing is with a match like this is that you mentioned, we have a lot. In the past years, we've seen, folks come in, that big names and things like that, because it really is that much of a prestigious opportunity. But at the same time, I think this year, more than previous years, we have so much in-house, homegrown CCW talent. Like, I do not envy the CCW management committee for whoever's making up this list of those 30 entrants. I mean, it must be nearly impossible to choose.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a hard list to cut from. I mean, I'm sure so many people want to get in, and to cut it down to 30 must be difficult. But Ezra has some predictions. She says several predictions. Could be Domino. Could be Alan S2S Martinez. Could be Veritas. I mean, right there, already naming three great names. I love the Invoked showing representation there. Who knows? Veritas could win it. Oh, my goodness. Imagine the Invoked reigning over the last territory as the King of the Territory, going after that CCW Heavyweight Championship. My goodness. All I can say is once you win this, right, it's going to be such a great feeling, right? You're the King of the Territory. But let's look who our heavyweight champion is right now. It is Meadow. I mean, you are just walking in there, and Meadow, he cannot wait to see his heavyweight champion. But it might not even be Meadow. It might be ERA. You might have to go out there if you win this thing, and you might have to go challenge ERA at a later date. So many different possibilities right here. Tiffany saying the CCW locker room is stacked full of stars. You are not kidding. I mean, we haven't even talked about a young guy. What about a Joe Garcia going out there and winning the King of the Territory? So many different possibilities. I mean, if someone like Joe Garcia goes out there and wins it, his career is taken to a whole nother level. I mean, speaking of Knight Riders, what about the Knight Rider in training, Marvin Cruz winning the King of the Territory?
Still in training? He hasn't graduated yet?
He is still in training. Let me tell you, Lisi, when the Knight Riders lose, my goodness, it is a long night for Marvin Cruz, because not only does he lose the match, he also gets beaten down by his own tag team partner and slapped around by Eddie Valentine. We could have a very sexy, some will say the sexiest man alive as the King of the Territory, and Eddie Valentine.
I don't know about all that, but yeah.
Look at Stephanie. With all these contestant slots, we may even see some comeback surprises, beautiful acts of athleticism, drama, but overall entertaining. You would be a fool to miss this. Like Stephanie trying to sell everybody on it.
Oh, I see a name here. 10K King Julio Caesar. The kid is on fire. It could be his time.
I mean, we're just going to keep adding nicknames to his name here. 10K. He's going to be the king. He's the kid. He's Julio Caesar. Tiffany saying it's not going to be him. Tiffany just throwing that completely out the window. Man, Tiffany, not a fan of the kid, but that's okay, because there's 29 other guys that could be in this match that you could be a fan of, or you could a new person could enter this match and you could be a new fan of them. But Lisi, with all this excitement, I have to ask you the question. Who is your prediction of the King of the Territory?
Tyler, this is just, it's really hard. It puts me on the spot.
Well, Tiffany meant Eddie Valentine.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for clarifying, Tiffany. I appreciate you. I'm scared. I'm really scared. Just because of the way that I've been seeing this person perform this year. I think we got to look at people like Stallion Rogers. I think he wants it bad. We got to look at somebody like Alan S2S Martinez, such a big staple, really could take his career to the next level. He can hang with anybody. Let's see. We have our cruiserweight champion. I don't know if is he in the tournament?
he could enter his name.
Is the Cruisermeister gonna?
I believe the Cruisermeister is in the King of the Territory.
Okay, we have the Cruisermeister. He would love to have two belts.
Two belt Aussie.
Oh man, I can't. I mean, we have one half of the CCW tag team champions. We have Ariel Levy. We have Vinicius.
I'm gonna jump in here real quick. A lot of the names you mentioned are amazing names that are definitely high end on the list of winning this thing, but they're all names that have matches on the same night.
That's true.
They're gonna be a little banged up. You know who I was noticing? I'm gonna propose this scenario for everyone. Then we're gonna start wrapping up here. I just want to propose this because there's a team here that was not listed to have a match. Could change, but right now is not listed. That I think. When I see him, I see this as such a fit that's going to happen here. And I see that the crown is missing from a normal match. And I know that the crown is in the King of the Territory. And let me tell you, Lisi, if the crown find themselves together in that match, it is going to be wreckage for everybody. This is my prediction. I think Leonis and Maximus Khan find themselves together in this match. I think they about throw everybody out, and I think it comes down to the crown.
Wow.
And one member of the crown is going to step up and become the king. And I think we're going to see either Maximus or Leonis Khan go after Meadows Heavyweight Championship. That's my prediction. I just looking at the match card, that just was noticeable to me. The crown not on batch. They're in the King of the Territory. You kidding me? We're putting a fresh crown in here that can team up in this match if they're together.
You might be onto something, brother.
It just seems like that is there. I saw that, And I think we're gonna have Khan as the new king of the territory. We got Tiffany in the chat saying Venetius is a powerhouse, saying that Crown can absolutely do carnage. She's agreeing. She's saying Leonis can win it all. Either one of them, Leonis or Maximus. I mean, how awesome would that be at the very end? Who would we see? Which member of the Crown steps up? But this is just me. I mean,
I want to see someone who deserves it, but it's a surprise. Like, imagine if not a random person off the street, obviously, but just the last person that you think would win. Put them in there.
It could happen. Could be you. They could call your name. But yeah, I mean, it's just so much fun and excitement here when the King of the Territory happens. It's one of my favorite matches of the year. This is going to be the first time I get the privilege to call this match. It's going to be absolutely crazy. I'm going to try to keep up with that action as much as I can. And I just can't wait for it. Bash of the Brew 47. I can say it could go down as the biggest Bash of the Brew. I think it's going to go down as the biggest Bash of the Brew in the Tank Brewing Company. I think you are crazy if you miss this night of action. It is going to be unbelievable. We have such a crazy normal match card that it's crazy to even think that we are going to have a King of the Territory, but we are. And everyone's been saying it. It's time to wake up. It's time to kick it into another gear. And how about going into 2025 with this match card? What a way to end 2024. And of course, fans, you could get all your tickets at ccwrestlingfl.com. You got to be there at Bash of the Brew 47 at the Tank Brewery, and you can see who will be the King of the Territory in 2024. But for right now, that's all the time we got. I've been Tyler Cashmere, and she has been Lisi Almeida.
The Coasties.
The Coasties are coming up. Absolutely, that's right. We're not going to be able to do an insider.
Don't forget the Coasties, brother.
The Coasties will be happening next Tuesday at the CCW training facility. Is that open? I don't think the public can get tickets to that, can they, this year?
I think they can.
We're going to have to double check that. Keep up with our socials to check if you could get tickets for the Coasties. Not too sure. I know last year, but we might have had some changes this year to it. But the Coasties will be decided. Stephanie confirmed that, yes, they can. So there you go. You go ccwrestlingfl.com, grab tickets to the Coasties. It is an absolute blast. It is a celebration of all the hard work of all the professional wrestlers that have set foot in the last territory. We're going to see who wins match of the year, who wins breakout of the year, who wins rookie of the year. So many different awards. It's just going to be unbelievable. Huge celebration, a show of the year. Always love that one. We get to look back at all the shows and get to see which one was the best. Lisi, I know you are excited for the Coasties. Always a good time there.
I'm very excited for the Coasties. I'm always excited for the Coasties. And of course, get your tickets, ccwrestlingfl.com.
All right. And with that being said, I think we can wrap it up here, Lisi. All right, guys, we will catch you next week. Always stay tuned. Keep up with the socials. We'll be here Wednesday for Insider. We'll see you next week.
You have been watching CCW Insider, produced by Minutes to Bell Time in association with Coastal Championship Wrestling.